right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Click to Close podcast.
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
That's quick.
That was quick. I'm Travis. This is Preston. We are here today to talk to you about clicking and closing.
Click and close.
And Digital Maverick.
Digital
Boom.
Maverick.
Digital Maverick.
So I have my phone here. So
I actually washed my Digital Maverick shirt. I don't know which one is actually the suede version. I keep trying to feel them, and I'm like, I can't tell.
They're both suede. Did you get another one?
I just grabbed one out of the thing.
You grabbed another box.
To get to the gym.
So there's two different.
They're both two different. They're different, right?
Two different brands.
Yeah, I don't. But I ripped the tag off the other one, I think, or off both. So I don't know. Is there a different way to tell? Are they both the same logo? Same.
Put them on.
Just
which one feels like suede?
Which one feels like suede? I don't know now. I'm pissed if I lost it. Yeah. Oh man, sorry. Anyway, you have your phone with you?
Yes, I do.
Because we are going to talk about our nice deck that we made.
Yes,
it was a pretty deck.
It was a pretty deck.
I texted it to Catherine.
You texted?
I texted Catherine
a picture of your deck?
I texted her a picture of the deck before we went on. She's like, I want to see the deck. And I was like, I got you. So I deck texted her. I sent her a deck pic.
That could go so bad.
No,
if
it can't.
You screw up.
It's like when I say I'm sleeping on top of you.
That's awful.
But up above the office.
So technically what you mean when you say that.
Slide
We
deck.
have an office.
We have an office. Technically, we have an office.
You live above
the office.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's get that straight.
Just for this, though.
Because there's people on here who can't see us.
That's okay.
So they're listening.
Most people probably. I have a face.
Shut us off.
I have a face for radio, so
yes,
it's fine.
You do.
Okay. Well, anyway, so this is slide deck.
Yes. So we started January 1st.
January 1st.
Yeah. So
officially 90 days, January.
Digital Maverick.
April 1st.
We changed from Cheplight Digital to Digital Maverick. We rebranded about
3 weeks ago.
Yeah. So we generate leads for, opportunities for teams and companies across North America.
Yep.
And then you help on the conversion side and build out through the DCM program.
Yep.
In that 90 days, you've sent out 3.3 million text messages.
And emails.
Yeah.
3.1
million people.
Yep. Because as you can tell, if you do the math correctly, we generally don't just send one text and one email and be done. You not only double down, you triple down, which is why we say triple tap.
And some people get 3, some get 6, some get 1.
Yep. Some people get that. Well, that's when they respond. It usually shuts off when they respond, but we usually get a lot of good response that way. Yeah. We've been trying a lot of new A/B testing, a lot of different text templates and email templates to see what gets better results and better opportunities. But the teams that just let me do my thing are the successful teams. Huh?
Percentage answer rate calls.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking about this, and I was talking to Nikki about this, but we are like just tracking different ISA departments around the country in different like time zones and stuff. 7 to 9% on average between 17 different ISAs or ISA companies around the country right now.
7 to 9% answer rate. So 100 calls. 7 to 9 answers.
So bad.
Some of them might say F off.
That's just every single one. But yeah, some of them will. Yeah.
So
it just shows you what's working and what's not working. It sucks to say that nobody's answering the phone, but I mean, if you're a real estate agent and you're getting opportunities, you 100% need to call because you're going to have a higher chance that they'll answer the phone. But I'm talking about just cold calling the database. You just sit there and smile and dial. It's not fucking working.
That's not working. It's not working. So text response.
We're roughly about 60 to 65% answer rate across text and email. Response rate. Yeah. Response rate. That's over the course of 3.3 million text messages and emails.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say it's better than 7 to 9%. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
What can you do faster?
Oh, you can text a lot of people faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're on like some 15-line dialer, which I think is illegal.
It's illegal.
Is it?
I don't know, but it's.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Because that's insane.
Nobody uses it anymore because it'll hang up on the other two and answer the one. So like the triple line dialers, FCC is really cracking down on a lot of those things.
Yeah, just don't be dumb.
So of those, you've moved 1,500. I'm looking at the deck, so I have the stats that are right. You've moved 12,000.
12,000 into nurtures.
Into nurture
Category.
Meaning they are buying.
Within the next 12 months.
Yep. So
give or take.
Beyond 90 days.
Yes, beyond 90 days.
Yep.
Give or take. They've given us some sort of motivation that they will do something in the future. So obviously, if you have a conversation with them today and they say they're more than a year out, or they're 6 to 12 months out, we're saying, awesome, we'll follow up in the future. Mm-hmm. And we're going to build a relationship that way.
And then you've moved 1,200 to opportunities. DCM opportunities is what you're calling them, right?
Yep.
So those are buying within 90 days or 120?
90 days.
90 days.
Give or take 90 days.
Buying or selling.
Yeah, buying or selling within 90 days. Sometimes if someone says something crazy off the wall that like obviously we need a real estate agent to answer, that will also be considered an opportunity. Just because that's probably better off in an agent's hands.
So you use 10 days of activity.
Yeah, we're not going to say bad.
Yeah.
But yes, 10 days of activity, which is a necessity.
So what is that?
That is a text and an email every single day for 10 days straight.
No call?
Unless it's in the money time pond and your agents are going to call.
So text, email.
But I still get a 60 to 65%
Text,
answer.
email.
Text, email.
That's it.
That's it for 10 days straight. That's all it takes. Some people just don't do it. I don't know why. Funny enough, I'll tell a great testimonial. Me and Neil were walking, and he goes, hey, man, I used to think that it wasn't going to be a good idea to do the 10 days of activity. And he's like, I thought like it would be annoying or obnoxious. He's like, but man, was I wrong. He's like, we get a lot of replies. He's like, we get a lot of replies from it. I'm like, thanks, man. Thanks for trusting me.
I love Neil.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny.
He stares at my belly button when he stands beside me.
That picture of him and Justin Haver on the chair.
He's a shorter gentleman.
He's like, what do you want? I'm like, dude, you got to get on wellness. He's like, why? So I can. I'm like, you could be jacked.
I told him you'll grow.
If you start working out, dude, you start lifting, you'll get taller.
Yeah.
No, but that was good though. Just to hear someone say that, it's like awesome. Like this is great. Like we see it a lot, but sometimes it just takes being put into practice for people to realize, oh damn, I should be doing this.
Yeah, and the cool thing is like looking at the averages. So we've only been doing it 3 months. The averages across all teams are 1 to 2 contracts on average.
Yeah.
First 30 days.
Yep.
From the database.
We have a team that's at
some of
like
those
4.
are 0.
Yeah, some are at 0.
And some are 3 to 4. So it's, it's an average. That's why it's an average. You're going to have some that aren't doing as good as others. Some databases have more contacts. Some databases were worked very heavily.
And some are
You're
cold.
not going to get as many conversions, the ones that are worked very heavily. Well, I mean, you could, but the ones that had no activity and all of a sudden you're texting and messaging and doing all the things that you should be doing, you're probably going to get a lot more deals a lot quicker out of those.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing we went over was the database checklist, the 9-step.
The 9-step checklist of the things you need in your database.
So you know what number 1 was?
What?
Come on, check your agents and make sure they're doing what?
Make sure they're logging in every day. Number
logging in.
Log in every single fucking day.
Yes, logging in.
Logging in. That's all you need to do.
Logging in. And you will be how many are surprised when you look at that?
Oh, every single person is surprised. They're like, I thought he was logging in.
I thought they were logging in.
I
thought they were calling.
How can I get this a report every day?
It's in your follow-up box.
Oh my God,
Just open it up.
Where'd you find this?
Go to admin.
Go to admin, go to team, click the
and
last
And really, you
call.
look at those, like you look at all technologies, right? Even cell phones. Like most people only use 10% of what it can do. Most people don't realize all the things a cell phone can do. Most people don't realize all the things technology can do. Most people don't realize all the things follow-up boss can do. All the things. Then they sign up for all these other things that follow-up boss can do all those things. So I'm like, a lot of times, like especially when you're joining Reside, I'm walking through a lot of these teams and say, hey, follow boss does this, right? Hey, follow boss. So a lot of times we're saving them $500, $600, $800 a month, and because they have all these other systems running, when follow boss can do the same thing.
Yes, 100%.
So that was number 1. Number 2, is your ISA department really profitable? What would most say?
Most say they don't know or they're unsure.
Yeah, I would say a vast majority say they don't know.
Yeah, they're like, how do we really?
How do we quantify it?
It's like, well,
look at their paid.
Look at what they're doing.
Yes.
Well, it's like my post I made today about the fact that like my first year as an ISA, like I had less than 20 closings in the first 12 months.
And most people don't look at the real numbers, right? Like they don't look at, okay, it's not only the ISA, it's, this dialer, it's this thing, it's this thing.
Seat and FUB.
It's the lead gen. All of those things are part of figuring out if it's profitable or not.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm telling people right now, they're like, hey, like before we even start doing new leads, let's look at the 50,000 you have that you've already got.
Yeah,
like,
do that for months.
Let's start that first and go through there because we're gonna get gold out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's why DCM was started, because, you know, you and I had the conversations. I'm over here generating thousands of leads for teams. I'm like, hey, this isn't going very well because they're not doing anything with them.
Well, it's crazy because
So it's, you know, and a lot of times I would talk people out of it. You know, I got to the point where at the end of it, I was like, you know what?
I don't think
I'm
this
not
makes sense
generating.
for you.
I don't want to generate leads for you. As much as you want to pay me, I don't want to take your money, because it's going to end in the same way it always ends. If you don't have the systems in place after 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, you cancel because you're not doing anything with the leads.
Yeah. And that's just and the thing is, when you shut it off and turn it back on again, it's just not like, you know what I mean? It's got to be one of those things where you can consistently always do the same action over and over again, especially for DCM.
Yep.
It's like, if you skip days on follow-up, like, that's potential missed opportunities. You know what I mean? You can't just consistently do that.
So what is the biggest gap we have seen in the databases we are managing?
There is no follow-up or follow-through.
And speed
to lead.
Speed to lead. So speed to lead, we talk about within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
within 5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to be doing something like
And
that.
the real, you know, part of the reason with that is obviously the quicker you could get to somebody. I mean, a lot of times people forget, like an hour later, which the average is a day later, by the way, 24 hours.
24 hours before someone actually gets to the lead.
So, you know, the best way
that
to sell
hurts.
somebody something is when they're actually doing something.
Doing
right?
something,
Yeah,
looking
like
at it.
looking
Top of mind.
online for houses, you know.
Yeah.
You're not going to sell somebody shoes when they're at 4 stores later.
Yeah.
You know, you have to catch them when they're that mindset, because, like I shared, I mean, they could have children 15 minutes later chasing their kids around because they threw paint on the wall.
Yep.
Whatever it is.
Whatever
you know,
it is.
You could be at the grocery store line. Who knows? But you really want to capture them when they're actually doing what? Searching.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's exactly what it comes down to.
Speed to lead.
Speed to lead, speed to response. That's the other thing, is talking about having someone in the database being there to respond when they
Travis,
respond.
copy pasted.
Copy paste me in your database, please.
Copy
Don't
paste.
understand why people don't.
Copy and paste me.
Oh, feels bad.
4,
What was it?
implement something and stick to it.
Implement something and stick to it. Yes.
So what you just shared is a good something to think about. Like, if they hired you as an ISA and they said Travis sucks after 12 months, and you closed 20 deals, 24 deals, whatever the number was, they would have never had the next year when you closed 90.
Yeah.
90 deals.
Yeah.
So you cannot implement something like this, whether it's lead gen, whether it's a system, it's a process, training, whatever it is, you know, like our AEP program at Palms. If we went off the first year's results, we would have shut it down. And now it's, you know, 50% of, like, I think we looked at like 30 or 40% of the total contracts we receive that come in now come from people that went through the AEP class. So if we shut it down after 12 months, we would have never saw the success that we're having 24 months later.
Yeah, you got to
Same thing on lead gen. You know, lead gen, one, you can't just have lead gen. Like, you need to go backwards. You need to set up the conversion, have that in a way, in a place, and then turn the leads on. And then, you know, don't expect. The first thing people say, and we're fixated on this, like, what's your conversion rate? Conversion's a lie.
Very much
Conversion is a lie in real estate, because a lot of times they're not comparing the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
you know, you may exclude bad phone numbers. You may exclude bad emails. I'm including everything.
Because there's
Every market is different. Like, a lot of people come to Myrtle Beach and they leave and they're dreamers. They can never afford a condo, but they want to search oceanfront condos because they just stayed here for a week. Get them on the phone and say, man, I was just messing around. I can't afford to buy shit. And I'm just searching because I was in Myrtle Beach for Bike Week or whatever they were here for. And they're like, so, you know, so your conversion rate, the reason why I share that, like, doing this across so many different companies across the U.S., your conversion rate typically in second home markets is going to be lower.
Mm-hmm,
Your search volume is going to be higher.
Yep.
The amount of leads coming in are going to be higher, but your actual conversion is going to be lower, because you're going to have to exclude a lot of those people who really can't even afford it. They're just dreaming.
Yeah.
But then in markets where it's not as many second home buyers and it's more in the market moving around, a lot of times those conversion rates are going to be higher. But either way, they're going to suck if you don't have a system in place to convert leads.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just as you were saying, like in Myrtle Beach, we could have someone converting 1 out of like 200 PPC leads, but we could also, in a different area where it's more residential, be converting 1 out of 30 or 40 PPC leads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just depends on your area. But some people always just be like, well, my conversion rate's better.
Yeah.
It's like, do you really know your numbers? And it's always going to change. You know what I mean? Like, I do know my stats, though. If like 60 to 70% of my closings will come from 5 months or more of follow-up. Like, that's real. Like that's real numbers. Like that's data.
So the next one is messaging. Messaging using weekly newsletters, email, and alerts.
Yep.
You need to take an approach when you're marketing, and you need to go beyond just text or phone calls, and emails. I mean, you really need to look at like adding value and sharing content that people are going to read and take in. And like, a lot of people are like, well, don't set up e-alerts because so many people send them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But yet, our e-alerts we send out from Easy Home Search, open rate's like 65%.
Disgusting.
They go out 3 days a week, and every single e-alert, like when we with Easy Home Search, say you're a team, right? Say you're in Columbia, South Carolina. Any e-alert we send and we're partnered with you, your team, every single e-alert's going to have your information, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Like we're only going to build it. We have full-time CTO now, CMO. We're building the team to make it better. You're helping on conversion and everything else. So everything we're sharing is branding whatever team we're delivering leads to.
Yeah.
So if you're and not even that, but if you're doing that for your own team, your own company, just make sure you're sending stuff out of value, and it's emails. I mean, emails, the probably biggest thing you could do. Like spam's not spam because the amount of emails you send.
Yep.
Spam is spam because of the shitty content you send.
Yep. 100%.
If you're sending just things of no value, then it is going to be looked at as spam. But you can send daily emails, and if you're providing and you have your audience segmented in a way that that, hey, this is going to be valuable to this audience because this is what they're looking for,
yep,
then they're going to open it. And you could send daily emails. But don't send daily emails if you're just going to Chat GPT and saying, hey, what do I write today? Give me some topics on real estate and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and spit it out, and I'll put it in here, copy and paste, and I'm done. And
that's what everybody's doing.
And use your own voice. With messaging, use your own voice. Like my voice is my voice. I'll never have somebody write for me. I'll write my own stuff, and that'll always be the case. Mm-hmm. Maybe some people don't like my voice, but that's fine.
Yep.
Just make sure whatever you're selling, it's pretty easy to be authentic if it's your own voice. When you're trying to be somebody else, it's obviously not authentic, and people will see right through it.
For sure. So
share things of value. My son, not my son, but
share things of value.
Okay. And then stop over. This is 6, by the way. We have 2 more to go.
Oh, nice.
Stop over complicating your CRM.
Dude, that is an issue for a lot of people. Who was I talking to? David Smith. I think he said he's like 50 to 60 stages.
Yeah. So
on accident. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah. What are stages? So people understand. Stages are in Follow Up Boss, but like if you're just talking globally about a CRM, what would that be?
So, I mean, it's just a way to categorize people.
Segmentation.
Yeah, segmentation. It's about categorizing people in your database. So whether it be a lead or a customer, whatever you want to call them, an opportunity, you're putting them in a specific location in your database so you can easily find them and know exactly what their either motivation is, their timeline is, whatever you want to set it up for. Just don't do it on 2 different systems. Don't have different segmentations based off of time frame and motivation, or what they're currently doing, or what they're looking for.
So the easiest way to think about this is like just segment it based on time frame.
Yes, always
time frame.
So segment your database based off time frame, and
then apply messaging based on that time frame that aligns with that. So your cadence, like your reach out cadence, and you don't need 48. You don't need 40. 48. I'm going to set up 48 stages because they might buy in 5 years, so let's go by every single month. They might 1 to 2 months, 2 to 3 months, 3 to 4 months, 4 to 5 months.
5 years follow up with,
they're my neighbor.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. So what's the most amount of stages you've ever seen in one database?
Honestly, I think probably about 64.
I thought it was like 150 or something. Ridiculous.
No, it was like 64. They had 150 smart lists, but it was like 64. 64 stages, but it had time frame. It had
on a Zoom.
Yeah, it was like time frame, description. It had like with criteria, without criteria. Like it was everything to describe.
So yeah, and with that, like you could have a stage that's closed, right?
Yeah.
But also use tags. Like use tags for the things that make sense, and don't allow your salespeople, no matter if you're in real estate or whatever it is, to just go in there and randomly build stages that everybody could see. Because then, simple systems work. Like simple
100%.
sales systems work. Giving people, salespeople especially, more options does not
work.
help.
Just getting them into follow boss is the hardest part.
Yeah. 7. Let's go to 7.
7.
Inspect what you expect.
Inspect what you expect. Inspect
what you expect.
So if you expect closings, you should inspect the activities that would generate closings.
Create audit smart lists. That's what
Yes.
you have.
Yeah, I did that.
Daily audits.
Daily audits. If you're a CEO,
You know what's amazing about the
do it.
DCM program with Digital
What?
Maverick? You send daily audits daily.
Daily
Audits daily.
Daily audits daily. Daily end of day reports.
End of day reports. Are they morning reports or end of day?
I wish they were morning reports.
You just thought you were changing it.
I can't. It's at this point it doesn't matter. We'll keep it the way it's at until we can automate it.
Morning recap
Morning recap.
with your coffee.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. DCM.
I feel like I'd get more replies if we did it in the morning.
DCM morning recap with your coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and find all the bad
We
ones.
send you
and go after
Starbucks.
It's a $10 gift card every time. Every time.
No. $10 a day.
Oh, we'd be
losing money.
losing money. No, but yeah, it's true though. Daily audits.
And the other thing too, like daily audits, but also don't assume that automations are working correctly.
Yeah, of course. Have someone
Because technology
own the database.
breaks.
Have someone own the database. If it's
Technology
their job,
breaks.
technology does break. It's got to be someone's job to be running your database. If it's above 5,000 people, if you're under 5,000 people, it should just be fine. But if you're over 5,000 people, that's got to be someone's full-time job to be texting it, emailing it, making sure systems are in place, holding people accountable, doing lead sweeps, making sure everybody's lead counts under 100, like all that stuff, like making sure we're doing those things.
We're going to skip 8.
All right. What is
because 8 was in the day report.
Oh, yeah.
We can't really show that.
Yeah. It's good.
It's so good.
It's good.
You
It gives you
gotta
a
sign up.
lot of information
Sign up.
so you don't have to go find it.
And then 9 was bring in agents, offer training, and always
Can I say it? Keep
effing
fucking
recruiting.
recruiting.
Yes. When you're looking at database and conversion, what do you need for conversion?
You need
Agents.
people.
People.
You need people.
Need people to call.
Yeah, you need people
It's
to
hard to
actually do
convert.
things.
You know, so the whole idea of like, oh, I don't want to bring people in. I might offend somebody. Oh, my God. I don't want to bring more people in. I like where we're at. What happens when 2 of them leave and you have a team of 9?
And those are your 2 top performers.
Oof, that's painful.
Yeah.
So how to make people get better that have been on the team a long time is keep bringing new people in.
Yeah.
It creates competition. It creates an environment where people want to grow. And also, like, if you're onboarding one agent, onboard 5, 4, 3, 10, whatever it is, but put them in a group.
Yeah.
Put them in a group. I mean, like, you look at, like, Navy SEALs, they go through it as a group. They form bonds. They form relationships. And the same thing when you're recruiting agents is, Agent Exodus program, which I talked about earlier. Bring in 10 agents at a time. They form a relationship. They learn, they train, they grow together. They see each other get the first contract. They see each other get the first sale. They see each other get the first open house. They get to do all those things as a group a lot of times. And it motivates, like if I'm over here winning and you're over there being a slack ass, either you're going to leave or you're going to step up and get better. So, bring in people, a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Because, the numbers game that I've seen and been doing this a long time is 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 will make it.
What also, I mean, just in general.
And it's probably less than that.
But the thing is, though, is a lot of the times people will grow as agents. You know what I mean? Like now that they're 10 years in the business, they don't need your team-generated leads anymore. They have their.
They should not.
They should not, but they have their sphere of influence, which they're going to prioritize over your company-generated leads, all that stuff. So it's like you have to keep doing it. So like when you're getting low conversion rates, we're not converting these leads. It's like, okay, well,
you need people.
It's because they're converting
we
your.
We had a conversation with a team, that's in is part of Digital Maverick, and the same thing. I was like, y'all need people.
Yeah.
Your goal is not somebody else's goal; it's your own goal, right? Like I can't come here and say, Travis, you're going to make $1 million in 2 years or next year, whatever it is, 500, 200, whatever it is, right? Well, Travis is going to be like, I'm going to make what the heck I want to make.
Yeah.
I might be fine making $50,000 a year. I might be fine making $100,000 a year.
Yeah, when you're making someone else's goals.
Yeah, just make your own goals.
Yeah, exactly.
And show them the ways and the path to be successful, but don't put numbers nobody wants to be told what they need to do, how much money they're going to make or whatever. I mean, just give them the opportunity. If they take the opportunity, then let them run with it. But don't expect somebody's to reach the goals.
I've seen it happen so many times.
You give them, let them come up with their own goals. It's like all the things John coaches on, go to the board and all these different things. It gives people an opportunity. They just give them an opportunity to speak and let you know what they want to achieve and what they want to reach and the goals they want to reach, and then just let them do that.
Yeah,
give them the tools to be successful, but also hold them accountable, because if you don't have systems in place to hold people accountable, nobody's going to win.
Nobody's going to win.
And I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah,
right?
that was a great note to end on.
Yes, man.
Keep fucking recruiting.
KFR.
KFR.
Sweet. Until next time.
Don't overthink it. Until next time.
KFR.
KFR.
Sweet.
Bye.